Namaste yogis. Welcome to the Calgary Herald Yoga video series. So this particular sequence we're going to do is really for women. Not to say it wouldn't be good for men either, but especially beneficial for women. And as women, we are deeply tied to our natural state. We are affected by the pull of the moon. We notice everything. We're very in tune with our bodies and how we feel. And sometimes we kind of forget that as we're so used to just going through our day-to-day routine, and we kind of just move through whatever's going on. But if we take the time to reflect and feel and assist our bodies in what it needs to do, then that's where the yoga can become very powerful. And so when you feel anxious, or you're just really out of sorts, or you're agitated, or heated, or you need to cool yourself, or you feel cool and you want to heat yourself, all of these things we can help ourselves with our yoga practice. So at the beginning of this practice, you're going to find yourself a quiet space, and maybe you're going to light a candle or play some nice music. Just create a nice environment where you can relax. Turn your phone off, close the door, and just be by yourself. And you're just going to start just sitting, just feeling your breath. Let your hands rest in a comfortable place. I'm sitting up on a bolster here. You can use a cushion or folded towels or blankets. And just let your eyes close and begin to just tune into how you're feeling. And feel your breath. And you can stay like this for as long as feels good, just listening to what the body is telling you, how it's feeling, and what it needs. And let's bring our palms together, and you'll inhale and grow tall, and exhale and bow your chin. And just pause here in this position of devotion as you move from whatever came before this moment to just being very present to right now, accepting all that is. And then we'll begin our practice. So place your hands on your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. So we're going to start with cat-cow, and this is a pretty basic posture. You'll find this in almost every yoga class. And so you're just going to move to your hands and your knees. And if you need a blanket or something underneath your knees, you can place it there. I have two rolled up towels that we're going to use later on in practice, so I'm just going to move them out of the way. And as you come to your hands and knees, you'll spread your fingers, place your knees underneath your hips. And then as you inhale, release your belly, lift your sit bones, lift your chin. And as you exhale, reverse. Just take your chin to your chest and inhale. And exhale. And just feeling the oscillations in your spine and your shoulders, your sit bones, as you open. And you can do 10 rounds here, so 10 rounds of each pose, or cycle through. Awesome. Good. So I'm just going to stop here, but feel free to keep going. Just push pause. Good. And then from here, we're going to move to our next pose. And the next pose is called Upavishta Konasana. And so I'm going to take my bolster back, or whatever you have to sit on, and you're just going to sit to the front of whatever it is you have. And it's a nice idea to sit up on something. We're going to open the legs out nice and wide, and you're going to ensure your toes are pointing up. You can take your hands to the floor and lift yourself tall. Move your shoulders back, and then lift up from your belly. And this pose is especially helpful to just open up our pelvic floor, get things moving, introduce some nice fresh breath and movement there. Good. And then depending on how you feel, you might just stay here, or you might move into a forward fold and just walk your hands forward. You just bring yourself down. And depending on where you can go, you might just stop here, take your hands wider apart, let your head drop, and just breathe. And you can stay right here. If you can go deeper, and come onto your forearms, maybe even all the way down with practice, things open. And then just breathe here. And let your hip flexors soften. Soften your pelvic floor, like you literally want to drop anchor, and breathe. And so this is a nice posture. You can stay here up to 10 minutes if that feels good for you. You're just going to rest here for as long as you need. So go ahead and push pause again, and you'll join me once you're ready to move on. And to come out of this, you'll take your hands to the floor and inhale, lift yourself up. Good, good job. Okay, the next one we're going to do is Baddha Konasana. So same idea, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and if your knees are really high, you can just grab your blanket rolls and you just place them underneath each knee. And we do the same thing. Just inhale, lengthen, lift up through your belly, soften your shoulders, and then stay here or move to a forward fold. And again, your hands can go wide, just drop your chin, or you'll bring yourself down wherever you go. And with practice, things open. And then find your rest. And just stay here and breathe, relax. Again, stay here for as long as feels good, and you'll gently bring yourself up. Okay, we're gonna take the same shape of the pose, Baddha Konasana, it's called cobbler's pose, and we're gonna take it to lying down. And so I'm gonna use my little blanket rolls on the side. I'm gonna take my bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can just stack some blankets into this kind of a shape. And I'll sit behind it. Soles of the feet together, place the blanket rolls underneath my thighs, and lie back. And you can put a little blanket under your head if you need it. If your chin is higher than your forehead, definitely put something underneath it. But I know I can lengthen the back of my neck. Your hands can rest on your belly, shoulders drop, and close your eyes. If you have an eye pillow, that's kind of a nice thing to put on your eyes here, but I'm outside, the sun feels nice. And this is one of these poses, you can stay here easily 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just let yourself relax. And so again, we're opening up the pelvic floor. We're inviting in vitality in the form of fresh breath, fresh fluid, fresh blood, all that good stuff, just opening it up, as well as releasing anything that's holding us here. We're opening the hips. Good. Okay, from here, so you stay here as long as you like. From here we move to Shavasana. And so I'll just leave my blanket rolls where they are and just stretch my legs straight out. And again, that's just gonna open things up. I have a nice drop from my navel to the pubic bone, and that's also gonna be very beneficial. And I can rest here. You can stay here up to 20 minutes, half an hour. Just relax and be calm. Good. Okay, so you stay here as long as you like. Go ahead and push pause. To come out from here, I'm gonna bend my knees. And roll myself over to my side. And just remember you're on a height. Come over and you're going to rest in the fetal position here for a few breaths with your eyes closed. And then you'll press yourself up. And you're just going to be mindful not to let your head lift you up. Let your head hang. Come all the way back. And then to finish practice, we just come back to sitting. Just like you started. And you just notice. So that wasn't very long, and I already feel quite a change in the way how I felt when we first started this video. So I hope that helps. Enjoy your practice. It should be fun. It should feel good. Namaste, guys. Thank you.